Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Talking Madness. Once again, I'm joined by my guest hosts, my host partners, Dale Richardson, Aaron, and Lee. How you doing, lads?
Yeah, good.
Hey
mate.
guys, you all right?
Yeah, everyone okay?
All good, all good.
Good
So,
guys.
How you like the new place, lads? I've got a new
Bright.
hat.
It's very bright, mate. It's
I know.
It is bright,
The
yeah.
lights there. It's really annoying. It's like I'm an angel or something.
yeah, you got a halo. Yeah, it's good.
You have, yes. Definitely.
Definitely not.
But
Nothing godly about you.
definitely not. So, lads, it's another week. How's your week been so far?
Boring.
I swear yours is always boring, Lee.
Boring. It's just,
It is, isn't it?
yeah, I haven't really done much.
Hopefully this lockdown's not got long left.
The joy of work.
Me,
Joy of work and then sitting at home.
me and Dale went to a beauty
So our guest
treatment.
tonight, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. You what?
Me and Dale, yeah, we went to a beauty treatment.
What'd you
Me and Dale went on a beauty treatment day.
Spa.
Did we?
Yeah, me and Dale. Dale, don't lie. Come on now. We
You're supposed
had
to tell everyone about that, Aaron.
couple massages.
Anyway,
There's
Aaron.
a
Enough of
video.
your silly stories, Aaron. So obviously tonight we have a very special guest. Tonight our guest is Kurt Oddball Pliskin, current CPW Golden Ticket holder, joining us tonight at 9 o'clock. So if you've got any questions,
Yep,
do
look
get
forward
them
to
over to us, and we'll ask Oddball all the questions that you have tonight. Obviously, you are joining us on YouTube. Do feel free to comment your name. We'll get you a shout out. We appreciate you all for joining us tonight. Obviously, do get your questions in on the YouTube channel. We'll go to some questions in a minute, Aaron. Before we do, tonight is a special night. Tonight is
Why?
Survivor Series 30th anniversary, the farewell to The Undertaker. What a night in wrestling. First of all, 30 years of the Survivor Series. I'm hoping for something major to happen. And two, farewell The Undertaker. What is going to happen? Is it going to be just a normal goodbye, see you later? Or is it going to be setting up a match for WrestleMania, a pontoon match tonight? Who knows? What are your thoughts, lads?
I think. Well, I mean, you know, I think for his own sake, it should be the farewell tonight. They shouldn't be setting up anything else for him after, you know. But you know, I'd hate to think it would just be him coming out and saying goodbye. You know, it's got to be it's something epic's got to happen because of the epic career that he's had. He's the Undertaker, for crying out loud, man. The stuff that he's done, people of our generation, people of fucking so many generations, going to be thinking of so many cool stuff that they remember seeing him do, seeing him throw mankind off the cell, he's done some of the most epic stuff in wrestling. So yeah, tonight I'm hoping to see something pretty epic from him. Yeah.
Dale, what are you thinking?
I think personally it'll be a set-up match for Mania. I don't think he's leaving. I think it'll be a set-up match for Mania. I've got a few ideas of who his opponent might be, but I'm not sure. But I think it'll be a set-up match for Mania, personally.
Aaron?
But yeah,
Do you know what?
I mean, take a legendary career. I mean, the stuff that he's done is like he's just magnificent. He's a great performer. Yeah, it's good.
Excellent. Aaron? How about yourself? Aaron?
Me?
Who is that?
What I'm hoping for is every time Undertaker comes out, he comes out in a different get up, like from his past of WWE. So you see the old Undertaker right the way through to what we see now. That'd be pretty cool. Sort of like the life of the Undertaker.
As Aaron's screen closed, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Aaron's screen's froze by the moment, so I don't know what's going on there. We hope you'll get
Alright,
back.
just like-
We can hear him though.
I
We can
thought he
hear
was ventriloquism, that's all.
him.
You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
like, well,
So Dale, you mentioned, like you said,
I'm back.
You mentioned that you know, it could set up a match at WrestleMania. Like you said, there could be many opponents. Now, there's a lot of people out there, you know, discussing, you know, who it could be. I've heard people mention a match with Sting. Some people mention Kane. I've heard Triple H's name being mentioned. Passing over to the Fiend as well. So, guys on YouTube, if you've got any suggestions or anything that you think is happening tonight, obviously let us know. And it'll be interesting to see what you guys are thinking for tonight's Survivor Series.
I think a match against Sting, that would be something, you know, that everyone would want to see, because those two have been like, you know, especially during like the Monday Night Wars, you know, Sting was, you know, the mainstay WCW guy. I mean, there's nobody more reliable for WWE, like WWF at the time than like The Undertaker. So, like, you know, it'd be good to see them two have a match, definitely.
What, like Stingers in Roxanne?
You
I never knew he
No,
wrestled,
you
mate.
idiot.
You knobhead, why?
Who invites this guy along?
What are you
Who
on about?
invites him every week?
I like Sting.
I
He's a good,
do it.
good singer.
So, Aaron, whilst we're on the subject, then, is there anything on the YouTube page at the moment in regards to any questions for us, guys, or what are people saying about Survivor Series tonight?
So yeah, YouTube. I tell you what, it's kicked off pretty quickly. We've got quite a few on there. So I'm going to say hello. We've got Conor Nolan, Martin Al.
Hey.
They're talking about Survivor Series along with Country Pro Wrestling. Some are looking forward to the Drew Roman Reigns match, New Day versus Street Profits. That comes from Martin Al. Conor Nolan, Austin Rock. I think he's a bit beyond time on that one myself. I think that's already happened, isn't it?
Couple of times.
So, you know what I mean? So yeah, let's what's Country Pro Wrestling? Okay. He thinks the modern day Rock versus Austin. I get it now. He's saying Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre's the Rock versus Austin, the modern day rivalry. Then that's pretty cool, because as we know, they sort of brought wrestling back into the fold really with the Rock and Austin sort of era. It was flagging behind WCW till they took over and made it what it is today, really. And then obviously it's dropped a bit again, but we'll see.
I mean, personally, I don't agree that it's the Rock Austin level, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, but they've got, but they're entitled to theirs as well. So,
but like I was saying, let's get more questions in.
Yeah, if you've got any more questions, fire them our way. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions tonight, obviously for ourselves or our guest that's joining us in 20 minutes' time.
20.
But no, like you say, Dal, wrestling is an opinion. Everyone's got different opinion on different things. That's why there's so diverse wrestling out there, because it is an opinion mainly. We will be doing tonight, boys and girls that are watching, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing later on tonight, we will be doing our Survivor Series selection. So we will doing our predictions later on tonight. Once we're joined by our host, or by our guest. Oh, no, he's definitely not the host. Once we're joined by a guest, Oddball tonight, we'll be getting everyone's predictions. So if you want to get your predictions in as well for the matches that are happening tonight on Survivor Series. So, guys, obviously I've just said we are being joined by Oddball tonight. What do you think is going to happen? He's a bit of a lunatic.
Yeah, he is. He's a bit. I mean, his name says it all. Oddball. He is an oddball, but he's a great lad. And you know, I'm hoping he's like, you know, I want to say this to him and myself, but he's seen him progress over the period that he's been in. He's been with us. He's been brilliant. Like going from, you know, when he started to where he's at now. He's had a major progression. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm excited to obviously find out, indulge into the mind of Oddball.
Yeah.
the journey that'll take us on, the tangents.
No one wants to go in that mind. It's gonna be like
all over the
Pan's.
shop.
It's gonna be like Pan's Labyrinth.
just a bunch of,
Have you not? Good film.
like, it would be like an 80s psychedelic rave. Just,
Like going down the tunnel at Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. You know?
Yes, that's the one.
But to be fair to our boy, I have enjoyed working with him as a referee that he's been doing with us. So he's helped me out. So yeah, he's a good lad. Oddball when he wants. Yeah, he's a good lad.
So we were going to say when he wants to be, weren't you?
Yeah, that's it.
Good lad when he wants to be. Other times he's a prick. That's what we were going to say.
I would never say that about anybody, Lee.
To be fair, I've never heard Dale swear.
I have.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
I have. Nor did Nathan.
Always at me. Can we, whilst we're talking about odd stuff, can we turn our attention to Dale wearing a Christmas hat? I don't know if anyone noticed.
How could you not notice? It looks like he just broke out of Santa's workshop to come and do this podcast with us. Look at him.
He just like a little elf, don't he?
Where's the case?
Dale is in the Christmas spirit, talking about Christmas and Xmas. Ladies and gentlemen, if you obviously saw on CBW page today, it has been announced. The poster is up for Xmas Tidings, which will feature the CPW prison, but will also feature for the first time a coffin match between Tomby and Dan Evans. Go online, tickets still available. Xmas Tidings, December the 5th, the first weekend after lockdown has ended.
So we're going to be breaking out of one prison, and some people are going into the CPW prison. It's going to be good, man. I can't wait for that night. It's going to be epic.
Well, the only match we know so far that's in the prison is Chantal Jordan versus Kat Von Cage has been announced.
I'm looking forward to that show.
So everyone excited for Xmas Tidings?
Oh,
yeah, I can't wait for the coffin match. I really can't wait for that.
Yeah,
between them two, it's going to be something amazing to watch. Between the two of them, don't get me wrong,
big time.
I reckon we're in for some interesting wrestling. We're going to have some very supernatural sights, probably. You know, Tomby and some violence with Dan Evans.
How Dan's going to deal with Tomby, man? Because Tomby, he's got to be like one of the strangest people to get in the ring with, isn't he? I mean, you never know where he's going to be coming from, really, do you? And you never know what he's going to do. I mean, he can tie you up in a submission, or he can just knock you the fuck out with his baseball bat. You don't know what he's going to be doing. So, Dan is an amazing. Dan's an amazing wrestler, but it's going to be interesting to see how it goes down. Definitely.
Of course, Aaron.
Yeah.
Back to you on YouTube. Anything else on YouTube come through in a moment? What else is going down on tonight on the YouTube chat?
So, yeah, we've got Martin Howes come back with, if they are setting up something for Taker at Mania, I think it would be fitting if they have someone come out with him, like Brother Love, who brought Taker out. Who brought Taker out in the first time. And Comedy Pro Wrestling has got back to me and went, laugh out loud, not the match tonight. We meant the start of a feud like Rock and Austin had, and it will build up for many years from now, just like Rock and Austin was. So
possibly,
I've been told.
They've both got like the talent to go that far, you know, and they could put on a good feud, definitely. But I was thinking,
and Martin,
with the Undertaker, I was thinking, what about Undertaker versus Kane? You know, get Kane back, you know, proper one last time, Undertaker versus Kane. Like, get him in his mask, you know, get old school with it, man. That'd be sick.
That's
cool.
what I've heard people saying about the likes of Kane and Triple H. If they were involved in the match, they could also retire at the same time. You know, like, but then you're taking it away from the other person. Personally, I think Kane's done with all the government stuff he's doing and he's a mayor. I don't think he's
The mayor. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah.
I don't think he's in a position to wrestle these days. He's definitely out of shape, probably.
Like you say, Dave. Last time I saw Kane in the ring, he really shouldn't have been in there, and it was shocking. So I wouldn't really look forward to seeing Kane and Undertaker. Personally, I would want it to be someone like Sting, just for the history of the whole lot. I think that would be an awesome match, personally.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind the Fiend. Just because like the Fiend is like not the modern day Taker, but he's the character, not similar or anything like that, but like he could be the passing of like the dead Undertaker to the creepy dead Fiend. So I see that one. A lot of fans saying that.
What about this one that Country Pro Wrestling has just sent in? Rumors also are Taker versus John Cena.
I mean, that'd be a good match, but it's not for me. It's not. It doesn't excite me. It doesn't excite me.
Yeah, no, I'm not the greatest fan of Cena anyway. I don't care how many championships he won. So
Dale's bombshell.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Cena, but that match just doesn't grab me. You know what I mean? It's not something that I think, I've got to see it.
No. I agree with you, Lee.
That's what I'll say, Lee. Like you hear it and you're like, that'd be really exciting to watch. They'll do a really solid match. Nothing will be wrong with it, but it's not got that excitement factor like something I really want to see.
No, not really.
Like if that was the match, I would be happy, but I would be like, I wish it was that though, because it would have been epic.
Do you know what would be a good match?
Yeah, I've heard the rumor AJ Styles again because he loved the last one so much.
They had a good match. I enjoyed their match.
But an actual in-ring one.
When you think of Undertaker and an epic match, what comes to mind?
So many. Probably
a lot of the Triple H ones, that saga, the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. Him and Mankind.
Wouldn't it be cool?
Yeah,
that was magnificent.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that not be cool then if for one night only, Undertaker Mankind?
Mate, Foley is not.
Mick Foley's capable of it anymore.
I think he can walk.
Fucking, there's no chance that's going to happen. He's fucked.
Mankind can't walk.
No, he's had his back fused about
saying,
bro.
You've had your shoulder done twice and you're still wrestling.
It would be
I'm younger than him, and I weigh a little bit less.
That would be a competition. Who actually takes longer to get to the ring, Taker or Mick Foley with his Zimmer frame?
Here we go. Boys. Country Pro Wrestling wants to know, who would you pick from the CPW roster to face Undertaker? I'm going first, Tomby.
Okay. You just knew we were all going to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Tomby's gimmick, he's not even a gimmick. Tomby lives that life. He is all about that life. But Tomby, they'd look great together, and it would, like you said about him passing the torch onto the Fiend, it'd be like him passing the torch as a judgment onto Tomby, and that'd be great to see. But, also, you see Dan Evans in the ring with anybody, it's magic, so that'd be great to see. And obviously, I'm just going to have to say, in pure selfish jealousy, me, because I'd love to wrestle somebody of that caliber.
I wasn't.
Brilliant.
I wasn't thinking Tommy straight away. Tommy wasn't the name that came straight to my head. For me, I had Dan Evans as my go-to. I think Dan Evans from CPW. I think Will Starr. I think he would become with his, the difference in their styles would be quite contrasting, the technical side, and obviously I think Undertaker they can have fun with each other, especially with the old school style of wrestling. There's a handful. Like you pick yourself always.
I think I agree with you, Nath, to be honest. Dan Evans was the immediate thought. But Will Starr, again, like you said, will be an epic matchup. Tomby, I'm not saying Tomby wouldn't be good, I'm sure it would be, but Dan Evans was the immediate thought for me, and Will Starr probably be the afterwards, really.
Well, this is not me trying to get brownie points or anything, but if it was a match with a stipulation, like, you know, no DQ or falls count anywhere, I would go Mr. Richards, just based on the matches that he's had with Dan Evans in the past.
Yeah.
Because that there's violence there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the street fights that he's had with Dan Evans, they were some big shit, man.
And again, if it's the same rules apply, you'd have Dan Evans as the other person you'd pick because of the matches that he's had in the past with Mr. Richards. So,
yeah.
All depends on the rules.
Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Richards would pull off a great match with him. Lee knows, he's been in the ring with him himself, so.
Yeah, man. And Undertaker's used to dealing with that sledgehammer, which is, we all know, is Mr. Richards' favourite weapon. So that'd be good to see. Yeah.
So obviously we've not got long till our guest tonight, Kurt Oddball Pliskin, joins us. So do start getting your questions in for Oddball. But ladies and gentlemen, obviously, once again, we are live. We appreciate you joining us. But if you join us every week, please don't forget to subscribe to the CPW YouTube page. Follow us on Facebook. We've got Instagram. Remember to like as well. Like this video. Share the video out so more people can see the podcast. Listen to four idiots talk about nonsense and interview people badly. No, I'm joking. But yeah, obviously we do appreciate our loyal fans each week, but do remember to subscribe so that obviously more subscribers we get, the better, more we can get out there to reaching the members of the public. And we've lost Aaron.
Yeah, where's he gone?
Yeah, I was gonna say less of the idiots, Nate, but you know.
Well, no, yeah, but Dale, now that Aaron's gone, we have got less of the idiots. Where is he?
Mainly Aaron is the idiot.
I can't argue with that point, to be honest.
Aaron is the main idiot.
No, he seems to have vanished.
I think his internet's probably gone again. It always does. Like if we mention Sting, and the first thing he thinks of is Roxanne. I mean,
know, yeah. Fucking
that's
hell.
not an idiot. What is?
He can't help himself. Oh, there goes your camera. Oh no, it's back.
Oh, it went sideways.
Did you cameraman fall over, mate?
Well, we've lost Aaron. We'll have to do it without him. Tough luck.
Right,
It's
okay.
his fault, not mine.
Let's
Who knows what's happened here? Carry on. So yeah, we've got 5 minutes until we are joined by Oddball. Let's talk about then which version of The Undertaker is your favourite?
Lee.
I mean, I loved American Badass because I'm a biker and I love Harleys, and seeing him like coming out every time on a fucking Harley, you know, and like he had some gorgeous bikes as well. But like you gotta love the Druids, ain't you? You gotta love the Druids there with the fire. And that was just so, you know, like when you see that for the first time, you're like jaw drop, like it's just amazing.
Yeah, I agree with what Lee just said. I mean, the entrance at WrestleMania underneath all that fire was just the most magnificent, one of the magnificent entrances I've ever seen. So yeah, I know exactly what he's saying.
I totally agree with Val. Again, I'm one of those people who did like the American Badass, the different type of Undertaker we got. But I don't think you can ever beat the original, you know, the Dead Man version of the Undertaker. All the stuff during the Ministry of Darkness times was epic. The storylines there were just amazing. So yeah, I agree.
The Acolytes as well, you know, and I loved the Acolytes. And then when they became the APA, they were like one of my favourite tag teams. They were just cool, you know what I mean? Sitting there, fucking cigar, drinking a beer, gambling. They were brilliant. I loved them. My kind of guys, you know what I mean?
Sounds like how you just want to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys watching on YouTube, watching this live, if you've got, we ask you the same question. What's your favourite version of The Undertaker? What's your favourite Undertaker match of all time? We want to hear your answers because, again, this show doesn't happen without you guys. So we want you involved as much as we can. So let us know. Thank you. We started with Aaron.
Guys.
I literally don't know what's happening.
He's not here at the moment.
He's gone AWOL.
He's gone AWOL.
As long as you can see the questions on YouTube, Dave will be okay.
Oh, yes. I can still see everything going on. Don't worry.
Thank you. Well, we got anything going on YouTube at the moment, then, Dave?
No. The last question was from Coventry Pro Wrestling, which was who would we all pick from the CPW roster to face the Undertaker? Again, those watching us, let us know who you would pick. Who would you pick out of the CPW roster to face the Undertaker? Let's hear your answers as well, guys. It'd be much appreciated. Aaron is back.
Is he back?
He's back. Well, here he comes.
Round
of applause, everyone.
Hey!
Round of applause.
Hey!
I don't know. I it just went offline, right? I couldn't get online, but I still had the YouTube up, and I heard everything you all said about me.
You sound like my nan.
Stuff with safety.
That's good.
I had the
disgusting.
That's what
even you, Dale. I'm disgusted in you, Dale.
Are you really?
Yes. How dare you say that about me?
Oh, well, that's another friend lost. Oh, well, never mind.
Don't worry about it, Aaron, mate. It's all good.
The only thing that made that worse if he said disappointed instead. Because you know, I think like when you were a kid, it wasn't like no one cared about your parents being angry. It's just when they're like disappointed, and you're just like,
no,
not disappointed.
Dale, I'm not angry. I'm not angry with you, Dale. I'm just disappointed in you.
No, mate.
Disappointed. All right, okay. Mate, I do apologise, Aaron, for you being disappointed.
Yeah, my mum could have been as disappointed as she wants, yeah. But mate, when she wanted to knock me out, that was when I was worried. Personally.
I'd be disappointed if you were my child.
Disappointment I could handle. When she took her slipper off, that's when I ran.
Aaron, as you've joined us back now, then.
Yes.
And you heard what we're talking about.
Sorry, I thought I'd do my Sting impression.
Please don't. It's rubbish. As you heard what we're talking about, what's your favourite version of Undertaker?
Mine's going to be the first Undertaker when he first came out. You know, like he had the old hat on and the big grey gloves and the long jacket, and his eyes looked very sunken in, a bit of makeup. That's my favourite Undertaker.
Was this being more purple than black?
Well, no, it was a bit purpley black.
Purpley black, yeah.
You like
purpley black.
Original
Undertaker. Yeah.
Right. There. With Brother Love as his manager.
That's the one there.
Brother Love.
I see you as my Brother Love, Dale. I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Now I'm more like your Paul Bearer.
No. Nathan looks like Paul Bearer right now. Look at do the high pitched voice, Nathan.
I went to do the high pitched voice then, and I bottled it straight away because I couldn't think of what to say in a high pitched voice. I completely bottled it. I didn't know what to say.
This is it then, Nathan. Before the end of the show, you have to do a Paul Bearer impression. So think about it.
I'm trying to think what he's.
I think we should all do one.
I'm trying to think what he used to say.
Shit idea.
I'm struggling to think of his catchphrases.
What? Nice to see you nice. Catchphrase.
It wasn't Bruce Forsyth.
Nothing for free in the bed. Out of the rack and into the red. Nothing for free in the bed.
Well, that big break.
That was Bullseye.
Was that Bullseye? Bullseye's that one where we had this conversation the other day. I don't know where I was about Bullseye, about the fact like I just imagine going around Liverpool or Manchester and like in the flats, just on the balcony, just a speedboat that someone won on Bullseye.
Who was you with?
Bottom of the canal, speedboats.
Think that'd be kept in Liverpool, you're pissing in the wind, mate, I tell you. Okay, no.
People on the shows always came from like Liverpool, Manchester, Leeds. Like, where were they? What were they doing with that speedboat if they won it?
Because it was played at the Granada Studios, which is in Manchester, I think. So there you go.
Onto the local pond.
They have got like they can go to the sea and with their speedboats.
Oh, I know that, Dale, but that's like once they might not be able to go all the time, but majority of the year they're going to be in like Manchester. What they're doing, local pond, and just ripping around on it, minding the ducks.
They got it for free. It didn't cost them any money, so they were not worried about it.
Sold it on eBay.
Can't believe we're talking about this. Should we get back? Right. So, Country Pro Wrestling wants to know what's your favourite Undertaker match?
Mine would go. I would go Undertaker versus Triple H, Hell in a Cell.
So many. I mean, one of them. I mean, you got to think like the one against HBK, the first Hell in a Cell, where like just because it was Kane's debut. I mean, that was just one of the best moments of me ever watching wrestling. It was incredible. But just for him in the match, got to be him and Mankind, Hell in a Cell. It's one that I always remember. It's one that I've seen a million times, and it's just amazing, man. My heart was in my mouth every 5 minutes.
You know what? Once again, Leo, me and you are agreeing quite a lot tonight. But I can't argue with Mankind versus Undertaker Hell in the Cell. It was one of the worst epic matches I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and I read Mick Foley's book talking about that match, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll agree with it. Yeah, the Mick Foley Hell in a Cell match. You're on your own, Nathan.
I mean, another good one.
It's fine.
Another good one. Do you remember the 6-man Hell in a Cell, the first one that they did at Armageddon, and it had Rikishi, Stone Cold, The Rock. I loved the whole build up to that because Undertaker, he was like, I made people famous by throwing them off the cell. I've made people famous by crippling them. Who am I going to make famous tonight? And he nearly crippled Rikishi by throwing him off the cell onto the truck.
I
loved it.
That was awesome.
So, the time has come, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to introduce our guest for tonight. He is the current CPW Golden Ticket holder. Joining us now on Talking Madness is Kurt Oddball Pliskin. Here he is. What an entrance. What an entrance.
And he's gone.
Floating into the screen.
He's gone. Hey! Legend.
I feel like with Oddball tonight, we should play a new game later on as well with who can pull the weirdest face, because I think Oddball just likes to pull faces. There you go. They're classic.
Sorry, I had double audio coming because I'm watching on the YouTube as well. So I think it's
double audio, just confusing him.
Yeah. How are you all doing? Yeah? Everyone well?
Yes, mate. Welcome to Talking Madness. How are you doing?
Introduce yourself.
I'm really excited to be here, to be fair. I watch every week. You've been so it's nice to be because I usually watch on my phone. I don't get the questions bit on the side, so you'll probably all have in your messages on Facebook like loads of messages from me whenever you're on Talking Madness. But I'm always like, why aren't they asking my questions? And then I realised it's because there's a different section for it.
So, Oddball, thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you here tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen watching, it is time now for you to start getting your questions in for Oddball. We're going to first of all talk about wrestling because that's the main thing that we all do and know each other from. We're going to talk about wrestling so far. So, I'm going to hand it over to our man, Dale Richardson, to discuss your life and journey so far in wrestling. So, Dal, over to you, my friend.
Thanks for that, Nathan. Hey, Oddball, how you doing, my friend?
All good, brother. You?
Yes, mate. I'm good,
Looking
mate. I'm
very
good.
festive.
Wow, someone's got it there. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a couple of people who are not quite with it at the moment, but I've just thought, Hal, I'll just do it at the moment, try and cheer people up.
Yeah. You do that anyway, Dale. We don't need a hat for that. Don't worry.
Oh, I appreciate that, my friend. Right then, my friend. So let's talk about your time. So in wrestling in general, what got you into wrestling? What got you first sitting down wanting to watch it?
Like when I was sort of primary school age, was when like Attitude Era was launching off. But I didn't have any way to watch any Raw or anything like that. So like my friends would all come into school and they'd be talking about how cool The Rock and Stone Cold were. But I used to be able to catch random episodes of Thunder replays and Nitro replays on after Cartoon Network. So I always used to think like Stone Cold was just a cheap rip-off of Goldberg. I used to think The Rock was shit compared to Diamond Dallas Page. Like Hogan was never like a joke to me. He was always the man. So like, yeah, I think from that sort of age, I wasn't really like sitting down to watch it like with my family or anything because they all thought it was a bit silly. And then when I was in year 8, a friend got tickets to go see a house show as part of the Insurrection tour at the NEC in Birmingham, and that was awesome. Like that just turned me like that was the first time I'd seen it live. And like the difference of between a TV show and like a live wrestling show, like really made it come alive for us. And like it wasn't just about like having long segments and stuff. Like there was full matches and things like that. And from about 12, 13 onwards, like I knew I wanted to do wrestling. When I left my first secondary school, the head of my year asked me what I wanted to do when I was older, and I said I wanted to be a pro wrestler, and he laughed at us. So like, that's where we're going.
That's fingers to him now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that.
Up yours, Mr. House.
Yeah. House that.
Just,
Mr. House.
just imagine if he watched it and gone, well, I never liked that kid anyway.
That's right.
Right, that is brilliant, mate. So who was it that, in wrestling that you first watched and said, that's the guy that I want to be, or that's the guy I want to emulate?
It's changed like as I've gotten older, but first was Goldberg. Like I'm a big fan of like legitimate sports, and not that wrestling isn't, but like I like your boxing, I like rugby, like I enjoy watching competitive stuff, and he was billed as this guy he was an ex-footballer. He was fucking huge, and he used to just go out there and beat people up. And obviously I didn't understand about like, yeah, he maybe knocks out Bret Hart and stuff like that, but that doesn't, when you're a kid, the sort of the safe working or the sort of character side of it might not necessarily be as important to your understanding of the wrestling. And I just thought he was the baddest dude going.
Yeah, I mean, quite nice.
So obviously you said it's changed over the times then. So what changes have been there? So who have you gone from when it's gone from Goldberg and stuff?
The sort of like when I was sort of starting to watch wrestling on the reg, like I really got drawn in by people like Angle, Lesnar, and Guerrero. Like 2003 to 2006, SmackDown was probably like my peak favorite period of wrestling. Like when you were asking who was your favorite Undertaker earlier, like when Undertaker came back as the Phenom the first time, all that was going on, and he was sort of becoming that monster champion on SmackDown as well. And he went into his feuds with like Batista and Edge. Pretty much anybody who was on in the main event picture during that era really sort of had a big effect on us, I think.
Right. Okay, then, mate. Well, so let's get on to your own wrestling career and wrestling highlights, mate. So, what made you or got you into wanting to be a wrestler? How did you get a chance to be a part of CPW? What made you want to come to us and get in the ring and perform?
So before I came to CPW, I actually tried out a couple of different schools over a period of a few years. But things like travel costs and stuff were really like making it difficult. So I was traveling over to Leicester as the first place to go train with Robbie Brookside School. So I'd be there with Alex Connors for my sins. Martin Lynch was there as well. Kiara, Sarah Skylark, Jack Stars and Jimmy Meadows there at the same time. And that really sort of gave me a bit of an understanding about what was expected of you as a wrestling student. But at the time I didn't have, like, my commitment wasn't the best and stuff. So a couple of years passed and I started working with a certain Nathan Lewis. Well, he joined the company we were working at the time, and he was put on my team in the call center, and he come in, he's a bit of a gobby guy, and is that Nathan, and like we were all a bit like, oh, we don't know how to take him, is he all right? And then I found out he did wrestling, and I was like, sound, he's okay by me. And then basically bugged him until like I could come to training with him, and sort of went from there.
Right, okay. And so I've got, as you can see, I've got my Superstars t-shirt on, as I see you have yourself there, mate. So the Superstars project. So when you signed up for that, what made you finally decide, that's what I'm going to go for? And did you enjoy being a part of that Superstars project?
Yeah, it's a great experience. The main sort of deciding factor of it was so I'm gonna turn 31 in 2 weeks time, and my aim was to have had a match before I was 30, because I think if I'd started wrestling at the age where I first fell in love with it, sort of like people like Morris and Bashby had done, you do have just that much more potential to where your career can go, because obviously your body's not battered as much, you're still growing, so you're still healing, and also you just learn stuff better when you're younger. So I was really worried that if I didn't get to 30, if I made it to 30 without even stepping in the ring in front of a crowd, then I thought it was going to be too late for me to do it. So signed up to Superstars season 2, I believe. So I was at age 29. I ended up doing 4 appearances for CPW that year. Even it was just running out and stuff like that, but that was really cool to like get the opportunity to go out there, like complete my goal of getting a match in before I was 30, and more than that, and become involved with the shows. And I think I started refereeing towards the end of that year as well. So yeah, it was awesome, and getting to wrestle Connors in my debut match, because I've known him 10 years now, just over. That was really cool, because like it kind of felt like that should have happened earlier in my life, but we made it happen then, and I really appreciated that.
Well, I did get that written down. You faced Alex Connors in March 2019, I believe.
Yeah,
that
right? Would have been it. Yeah.
So there's a few things you got on that year, 2019. Particularly, you were involved in our history show.
Hell yeah!
Year. You remember that?
Yeah, I believe unless his mum and dad give him the permission slip, I believe I'm the last standing member of Superstars Inc. in CPW. If if anyone could correct me on that, I don't know.
I'm trying to think.
I mean,
Right,
we had our powerhouse.
So how was that like?
We had our powerhouse Harry. We had
Yep.
the technical man Frankie. We had the style and charisma of Ace. And then I was just there filling up numbers. So like it was...
You were the beauty. Oddball, you were the beauty, mate. You were the beauty.
Yeah. I was just there to help Aaron pre-tenderize Jack's chest.
I just worked out that the first thing you were talking about when you said permission slip is Ace.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure if I'm the last one. I don't know if
Yeah, technically you are.
the legacy of Superstars Inc. lives on.
Right, so how was that like being involved in your first history event? Was it?
That was really
what
cool.
kind of experience was that?
It was really cool. Like, am I remembering right? Who was that? Was Rene Dupree
Rene
on that one?
Dupree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, Rene
So
Dupree. Yep.
That was really cool because it was like first time I'd been in the back when we'd had sort of like an outside proper name, big name come in. So like it was a good learning experience, like to see sort of how you should conduct yourself and that, like to, you know, so you're not making a tit of yourself or the company in the back. So that was I found that really helpful. Also as well, like being in Superstars shows are great, but there is a definite different feel when you're out there on the sort of the main shows, because the great thing with Superstars is you get new crowd coming in and stuff like that, but sometimes they might leave like once their mate or their kids had their match, but on your regular shows, the people who've bought that ticket are there to see the whole thing, so they're really up for it, and you can just that was like my first taste of like the real crowd energy, and that was really cool.
Awesome.
Right.
So we're going to put Dal on hold for a second, Dal. Appreciate the question so far. We're going to turn to YouTube at the moment. We don't want to leave our fans waiting on the sideline for too long. So we're going to turn to our fans on YouTube at the moment. Aaron, are any questions coming through for us or our guest tonight? What's being seen on YouTube at the moment?
It's going crazy on YouTube. Everyone's obviously talking about tonight's Survivor Series. But yeah, we've got some questions for Oddball coming through. Oddball, Coventry Pro Wrestling's got 2 questions, so let's go for the first one. How did Oddball find and deal with the bullying he received during his early years in wrestling away from CPW?
I gotta be a bit political. Answer.
Not a political show, mate.
Yeah.
Not a political show.
Well, before before like the sort of current, more consistent strain of my training with CPW, we used to have slightly different training staff at the school. I butted heads a couple of times with certain individuals that were running it.
Just say it, brother.
Yeah, they dress up like the fucking Jon Snow, you know what I mean? Or
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
And his mates. And like I had some stuff said about sort of like I struggle a lot with like keeping my weight on and that. And I had a lot of some like unnecessary things said to us that made me basically like not feel comfortable being around like in that environment. But I think since that sort of cancer's been cut out of what we do, like we've got we've got like the most supportive place going at the minute. So like, I think just being able to understand that if there are people doing that sort of stuff, it's not necessarily just going to be to you. So I should have said something earlier, and that sort of element got rubbed out of CPW while I was gone, and I came back because of that and stuck around because that was gone. But yeah, it definitely taught us that you gotta, like, if there's people willing to take advantage of like your kindness or like your willingness to not sort of rock the boat, then they'll do it, and you can't let them. So that's probably what I took away from it more than anything.
At the end of the day, Oddball, right, you're one of the most nicest guys I've ever met, yeah? Like, you know, you text me, we text each other, we ring each other, we're always speaking, you know. Back in the locker room, you're always making people smile. You're the most friendliest person, helpful person. So if I was to say anything to them that said that to you, yeah, they're nothing but dickheads. Yeah, they don't know the Oddball we know. And if you'd have given him a chance, you know what I mean, you'd have found out he's a top lad. And you've, at the end of the day, you've lost a good friend in Oddball. But what's their loss is our gain. End of the day. So screw you, you three fucking jerks. Well done, Oddball.
Absolutely.
That being said, though, I'd love to get him in the ring just to get him on the Anaconda voice, you know. Like...
Don't come out.
So Oddball, we've got some more questions for you as well. So obviously, other guys, everyone else on the YouTube, please get your questions in. But Cov Pro Wrestling again has asked, can Oddball tell us how it feels waiting for a spot and an opportunity to come around?
Probably sounds really weird, but I quite like it. It's not necessarily pressure that's being put on from anywhere, but it's sort of it like motivates you to find like what you're doing that is sort of pushing you in the right direction to get to those spots and get those opportunities. And then on the flip side of it, you might be doing something that is working against you. So like it might just be something silly, like if you're having like a really technical, intense training session with Will or something, and if you're not like fully focused, you do miss out and stuff. So it's been I've sort of, while I've been in this position of sort of trying to get to that next step, it's I've just been trying to focus on like being attentive and being like, and trying to like adhere to a good example and set a good example as well. So like that, so people know, like can visibly see that I take it really seriously despite having fun with it. But then they can also like I'm not getting impatient about it. I've waited quite a long time to get involved with wrestling anyway. And if an opportunity falls in my lap, that's great. If it doesn't, I'll keep pushing till the next one. Like, and literally any, like, literally being on a show is an opportunity. I think my match with Dan Evans, that I wouldn't have had that if I wasn't out there as the referee at the time. And if like, thank God he's all right with it. But if Martin hadn't been injured, if Eli hadn't injured himself at that point, that match wouldn't have happened, and that was a great experience for me. And just bring your gear to every show, like just be ready all the time, and like opportunities can appear out of nowhere, and if you take them with both hands, like you can benefit from it and sort of flourish afterwards.
Well, cracking attitude.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got one more question, and it's from Commentary Pro Wrestling again, and they want to know, Oddball, how has being part of the CPW tapings benefited your CPW career?
Massively. like I think Aaron and Lee, you definitely like will probably agree with this because like you both had a sort of a bit of a gap this year. Obviously Lee with your injury, Aaron, you had work and stuff going on, like with the lockdown and stuff. So like getting that opportunity to be back out there, the pressure's slightly off as well. Like I don't go out there thinking, oh, if we cock up this or like if I make a fool of myself, we'll just retape it. Like I am going out there wanting to get everything done, bang, like so we're not wasting time and stuff. And so like it's as much like a simulation of a real like live performance as possible. But like it's been great for the cobwebs. It's been great for like understanding about where the cameras are. Because obviously we've not had fans there. The only way a lot of our fans have been able to see the majority of our content is online. So like we've got to be able to make sure that whatever we're doing is presented to them. So even if you're getting the hell beaten out of you by Cleo, or if you're sort of slapping Dingo around, you've got to make sure you're seeing you're putting yourself to the camera, you're putting yourself to the audience still, so they're still getting like their money's worth and they're still getting entertained. So that's a big thing I've taken from it. Also to slow down.
I definitely agree though that like before you come through the curtains on the tapings, like your nerves are a lot less than on a live show. When you can hear the Galaxy Derby on the other side of the curtain. You can hear Bushy, Martin, Wes all pissed up loud, and that you can hear them all. The nerves are so much more. And you're right, mate. After coming back after an injury, it's definitely helped me out a lot. And I was just saying to the lads earlier, man, it's just seeing you progress. From when I first saw you train with us, to where you're at now, mate. You've progressed so much. You should be really proud of that.
I'll say one thing. The main thing I would say to anybody who starts training is focus on these first. Your feet.
What, your socks?
Yeah, my socks. But like your feet are the. Like I never played football or anything like that because it. Like I never had much sort of. I had hand-eye coordination, not like eye foot. Oh, steady. But like. Yeah, thinking about my footwork and stuff like that has been something that I've been really trying to like focus on and take control of. And as I've been doing that, like I'm not at a point where I feel like I'm a great wrestler, but I feel that I've become a serviceable trainee wrestler by sort of using by sort of finding where my weaknesses are and trying to develop them. And the school we've got is really good at sort of finding drills you can do to help with it, even if it's just doing up downs, doing your bridges to like sort of get your strength in your lower back and your toes and stuff like that. It's all sort of structured to help you improve in the ways that you need to.
Excellent, thank you. I mean, that's a talking madness first, ladies and gentlemen. The first time I've had feet on camera.
If you send me some money over PayPal, I'll take the socks off.
Whip round, lads. Come on.
Lost Aaron again. Oh, here he is.
He's just getting his bank card. He's getting his bank card.
So obviously, I think that's all the questions so far at the moment on YouTube. So, have you got any more questions, people watching for Oddball or for any of us at all? Any questions at all? I mean, Aaron, is there anything else on YouTube that's being asked to us at the moment?
Nothing. They're obviously just going on about Survivor Series, really. Martin now disagrees that the Hell in a Cell with Mankind was one of the best matches. He believes his match versus Triple H at Mania 7 is severely rated. But for me, you can't look past him versus Heartbreak Kid at Mania 25.
One thing I want to discuss quickly, it's been mentioned on the YouTube chat.
I missed that one. Yes, I've just seen it.
It's from our man himself. And that's the question. What's your thoughts on Mr. Richards standing in Ride Dog's corner?
I just seen that one. Yes, I was meant to say that one. Thank you, Nathan.
It's all right, mate. Got you back.
Is that an open question to us all?
I didn't hear the question, Dave. So,
what's your thoughts on Mr. Richards being in Ride Dog's corner?
okay.
This is the match against
Charlie.
young Charlie.
With Alex Connors in his corner.
Oddball, yeah.
I tell you what though, Charlie is like, I've been beaten by Charlie. All right, there's about a 3 foot height differential between us. that kid he's got more of this than I think anybody else in CPW has. He's in a great position as well with, although I hate the man, Alex Connors as his mentor and that weird pig freak as well in his corner.
Yes.
Like he is a force to be reckoned with, and I think having Mr. Richards in Ride Dog's corner can, if anything, well, we saw what happened to Connors at the last show where he got dropped with a pedigree. I think having Richards in Charlie's in the Ride Dog's corner is only going to help him and try and like get rid of the coalition effect.
But will the numbers game come into it though?
Well, I said this the other day that just to have Mr. Richards in your corner is a privilege.
Yeah.
You have to be a certain person for the king himself. To step out and volunteer himself to say, look, I'm going to be in your corner. To have his backing is something special. I've been in the ring with him. Lee, you've been in the ring with him. It's intimidating just to be in the ring with the guy. So to be a young lad like Charlie and to find out that someone of such superiority, such power, to then say, oh, I'm standing in this guy's corner, I'm backing this guy. Like that's intimidating factor. You've got Alex Connors, but Alex Connors, if you do a scale, Alex Connors is here, like this Richards like appear like out of the screen. You know what I mean? Like they don't compare. Intimidation factor. If someone says Alex Connors is corner, but hey, that's cool. I'll watch out for him. He's sneaky. If someone goes, I've got Mr. Richards in my corner, you'll be like, I don't know if I want to do this now.
Yeah. You have one of them come in.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember when. Do you remember when we were at the show in Willenhall and those rat lads were outside giving it large and that?
Yeah.
I go over here and I managed to get them out and everything like that, but they're still giving it lip and everything like that. As soon as Phil comes over, he's still on crutches and everything, yeah. But these lads shit themselves. Yeah? I'm sorry. It was fucking hilarious, man. Honestly. The chains that he wears, honestly, if I tried to wear a chain like that, I'd be on the floor. Honestly, man, he's only a guy like him can wear that chain.
Hey, where's Dale taking us?
What are you doing, man?
We're going to the grotto.
Dale. Where are we going?
Santa's grotto.
Yeah, sorry. Carry on, guys. Sorry.
When do I sit on your knee, Dale?
So we've got a couple of more questions come in. So let's get on with one. First one, Ricky Hewitt. Hello, Ricky. Thanks for joining us again tonight. It says, Oddball, who's your dream tag team partner inside CPW and outside CPW?
If the fans weren't as supportive of me as they are, which I'm really thankful for, if they thought I was a bit of a piece of crap, I would love to be the third member of MMS because my family are all from Merseyside.
Okay.
I've got a lot of respect for those two guys, even if they're not the most sort of well behaved or well liked. But I definitely, just to sort of for my family and that, I think that would be pretty cool. I'd try and encourage, like, people steal car stereos in Coventry as well, you know. All right, that's one thing I want to make absolutely clear. It's not, and I heard you guys mouthing off about Bullseye earlier as well. That's a tradition, man. Don't we?
That's when you know your family made it in the 80s in Liverpool. You're Bullseye.
Yeah. And outside of CPW, I think it would be me and RVD. I think. Yeah, we'd be the high flyers.
Very good.
Team 420. We'd get it done. We'd get it done. Yeah.
So we've got another question. Now this comes from Dan is M92, and he wants to know when are you going to cash in on me, you coward?
Who's that?
Dan is M92.
Danism. Danny.
Is this Dan Evans?
All right. Yeah, you got it, mate.
I don't know.
Is Dan Evans? Awesome.
Is it?
I would love to have another crack at Dan. 100%. I respectfully decline to divulge when I'm going to cash in. I think, like,
you got to
why
keep
the
it
hell would I
secret.
tell you, Dan, you silly sausage?
You've got to keep it a secret. And that's from experience, Oddball. From experience, you've got to keep it a secret. Don't let anyone know.
Exactly. And you've got to retain it against Tomby first, man. So, like...
Funny you should say that. Sorry, we just had a message from Tomby as well. It's not quite a question, but just a little bit of appreciations for Oddball for stepping up in the last lockdown and killing it in the promo battles. Life gives us lemons, and he has a golden ticket now.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
Yes.
Big love to Tomby as well. I know at the minute, like, because he's been kicking ass, like, in terms of in the ring and that, but out the back, from day one, he was always had a lot of time for me, as a trainee and as a person as well. So, like, I've got a lot of love for that. Do you remember one of my first meetings with him actually was when I took Nathan and him and Danny O'Neill down to a show in London. It was sort of Luton way, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I like to move quickly when I'm driving, and like efficiently. And I know I've heard stories on this before, and I can confirm 100%. Tomby is a cowardly passenger. Like, no matter how he's all like, and then you go over 75 mile an hour, and it turns into a kitten.
Big time.
Yeah, don't
It's the
drive
first that Tommy don't be called a coward is when it comes to passenger driving.
Yeah. It's when you're driving on the motorway with no hands, or because I'm opening a bag of crisps or something like that. He didn't like that.
Yeah, I'll admit, seeing Tomby getting scared in the car is like the most weirdest thing.
Yeah.
When you're throwing it about 90 mile an hour down country lanes that are really dark, trying to get somewhere, you look in the back and Tomby's like stuck to the back of the seat like that.
He's gone extra pale, like.
Yeah. Like Tomby's got more makeup on for some reason.
Yeah, so that's not goth pale. That's just pants.
So before we go back to Dale, is there any more last minute questions, Aaron?
Yeah, we just got one in now. I've got to say hello, Sam Wall. He loves your
Sam.
Team 420. He says it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And
Thanks for watching,
DM
Sam. Love you, bro.
Hey,
DM Dark Mod says, if there was one title you want to cash in on, what title would it be?
Or is that giving the stuff away? Oh,
If Cleo didn't have the lineal title, I'd have it. But I'm not messing around with little Susie anymore. She's like,
That's
Demon.
scary.
yeah, it makes my fingernails turn backwards, man. She just creeps me out, man. Who's got a singles guard?
Oh, that singles guy.
I think at the minute it would have to. I think I'd quite like to challenge Scott Oberman. If I was going to go out tomorrow and cash in, because I've had my shot at Dan and I came this close, but I think, like, no slight on the guy, but I think Dan has just that little bit more of an extra edge as a fierce sort of competitor. So I think if I could cash in on Scott, I think that tiny little bit of difference might make all the world of difference and set me off for
Bro,
a great year.
I wouldn't let Scott hear you say that, yeah. I'll tell you on that, he's sat down in Liverpool, he's just stole a car stereo, yeah, and he's just thrown it on the floor in anger. He's an oddball, you bastard. Right? Honestly, because of that, he's going to have something to prove now.
Yeah, I suppose.
so Dale, you got any more questions?
What the fuck are you doing?
Aaron?
Hello.
Got any more questions, Dale?
I thought you said Aaron. I apologise. Right.
I was just going to keep doing this until you talked.
Okay. Right. So, as well as your wrestling career, Oddball, you obviously quite recently also been refereeing with myself. So, what made you want to do that, and how much of experience has that been for you being a referee?
I'll be the main reason I wanted to do that was so that I knew that whenever we had a show, I was going to get asked to be there, basically. And I don't like that. It sounds like a really stupid and selfish way to think about it, but like, if you're involved in wrestling, you want to be on the show. Like,
Quite smart.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want to be. You don't want to be like. It's okay to sit there and be a marshal or to do sound and light and stuff, which I was doing before I did the refereeing. But like actually being a part of what's going on, like you learn a lot more, you see a lot more, you develop a lot more of a respect for what everybody's doing whilst they're doing it, and yeah, again, it keeps you in the eye of the fans. So it's making it easier for me to do the transition from referee to wrestler, because like I'm not an unfamiliar face to them, to the fans, and yeah, like that for me to be able to share that journey with them is really cool as well. So that's one of the coolest things about it. And also as well, like I've really loved doing tag team matches. I've developed I really just enjoy doing that, and it's something that, like, even if I get injured in the next year or so and I can't wrestle, like, I know that I'll still want to be refereeing. I'll still like be involved in wrestling. And I've been really grateful and really proud to have as much involvement with the women's division in CPW as I have. Like getting to referee Chantel and Lucia's best of 5 series, like across the board. That was really cool to be able to see the progression of that that sort of saga of matches, and what they were doing differently each time. And you have the best seat in the house when you're a referee. Like, you can't beat it.
I mean, have you actually, your wrestling ability, would you say it's been improved more by actually being a referee, by being able to be there to watch what the guys do and learn more from them for being in there as a referee?
I think it helps you think more about the space you're in, and like so I'm gonna sound really like, what's the word, namby-pamby is the only way I can describe it, but like Lee will get it. He's done theatre and stuff as well. I know Nathan has as well, but like I studied drama and theatre and stuff at uni, and you have to think about everything that an audience sees, whether it's the room, the space around them, and that's for the performance side of it. But with the referee spot, you're also thinking about the safety of the fans, the safety of the wrestlers, but also the performance side of it as well. So you don't want to be blocking a camera from being able to see a hold, or you don't want to, if you've been standing in one corner for the whole match, there's a guy who's going to be sat behind you who hasn't seen anything because he's just been looking at your ass the whole match. So you need to be thinking about where you move to, where there's space.
It's a nice ass, mate. Don't worry about that. It's not.
I'm working on it, man. All them squats Will makes us do, man. That's helping.
Why you got a load of tone, Lee? Why you got a load of tone?
Yeah.
I'm just giving him some self-esteem. You know what I mean? Helping his.
Cheers, Lee.
Love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
Right, so one more thing that I've got for you, Oddball. The elimination show, when you were in the final four of that match, the elimination match, how was that to be in the final four of the elimination match?
That was nuts. Like, that was like, I had no idea that was going to be even. Like, I had no idea I was going to be in that match until I showed up. But so you and me had refereed the whole show, basically, hadn't we, up until that point? And then they just started the elimination match, and I got told to go get in my gear. And I was, oh god, never been in the ring with more than like two other people at once. Never been thrown out. Well, yeah, only been thrown over the top rope once. Like, and I was in there with it was Cleo, early Cleo? Yeah? Or was it Russell? Yeah, it was Cleo. Right. I'm just looking at mustachioed man to double check.
Mustachioed man.
Niall Fairchild.
Mustachio man here. How you doing here? Mustachio man.
Sorry, Sonic the Hedgehog. But yeah, there was Niall in there as well, who's a big dude. Like, you shit yourself when you're opposite him. And I think was the fourth one left in there? Was it? No, Jimmy Boyce had been eliminated just earlier. Oh, do you remember who it was, Nathan?
I believe it was Alex Connors.
No, because I eliminated him to get into the last four.
Was it Tomby?
Dan Evans?
Are we just throwing names now?
Oh, no.
I can't remember the fourth person. I actually can't remember.
But anyway,
Eddie Henry.
it went so fast in my head because basically we got to the corner and then I just saw Cleo the other side of the ring. I was like, well, I'm in the last 4. I'm going to have a go. So I just ran over and started wailing on him, which was my first taste of Cleo's knee. So I learned an important lesson there, not to try and jump him. But
Right.
that was really cool. I'd love to be in another elimination. Like it was, I got to put the boots to Tom Lindsay as well, which is something I'd been wanting to do. So that was fun. He gave me them back, but it was still good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Right. Right. I think that's about it for
But
myself.
you've done
So,
it now.
yeah, I think that's about it for me on this one, mate.
Just like to say
Excellent,
on the
Dale. Thank you
record
for
as
those
well,
questions,
Dale,
Let's-
you've been a great mentor for the refereeing, and to any of the guys in the academy that are looking to add another string to their bow, make themselves more useful to CPW as well. I do love refereeing, but if I need to wrestle on shows, I'm gonna need someone to pick up the slack a bit if I'm fighting every night instead of refereeing. So now's a good time to try and get involved and join me and Dale on the team.
Like you say, there's an opening. Wrestling. There's an opening.
Look, like I say, I agree with you, Oddball. It's been a pleasure to work with you. I mean, it is a joy, and it is a relief for me as a referee to have someone there who's willing to take a few matches off my hands. So yeah, I do appreciate that, mate. But yeah, thank you.
Anytime, brother.
No, thank you, Dal, for those questions, and it's nice to get a nice insight into the world of Oddball and his background into wrestling, and understanding a bit more. Before we move on to the next topic, which is our man Lee asking the questions, let's head it back over to YouTube quickly and the chat with Aaron to see if there's anything that's came in the last 10-15 minutes before we move on to the next topic and we start going to the end of the show with our fun games.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
we've got some. So Sam Wall again, he says, love you too, bro. Looking forward to seeing Kurt Pliskin doing the business in the ring next year. He also said, Oddball, what about Sizzle and Steak for a duo?
So Sizzle and Steak, I don't know if you're aware or not, but last year I started, or 2 years ago, I started doing some self-employed work as like a stunt fighter and safety marshalling for like medieval combat. And me and Sam represent the North, and he is the Knight of the North. And because I'm too cheap to buy a full suit of armor, I'm his squire. And basically, at the end of each, thank you. Say hello. All right.
Say hello.
Say hello. Come on.
Hey, on, Oddball.
Yeah.
This is Oddball.
Oh,
That's all right. Hottest guest you've ever had on the show.
Yeah, and you miss the same bad either, Oddball.
Sorry, I'll get distracted, man, when I'm looking that way. Where were we at?
Yeah, that's what happens at the end.
Oh, yeah. Basically, they do a thing called the Grand Melee, where it's, imagine a 4 corners tag team tornado match on a field, but everyone has big shields and mace, like wooden sticks, basically. And then we just beat the hell out of each other until there's one team left standing. So Sam's the Sizzle because he's got all the moves, and I'm the Steak because I'll put you down with one hit, So.
Sorry for laughing, guys. I've just had a message from Commentary Pro Wrestling who said Oddball's
Punching above his
definitely
weight.
punching above his weight.
No, man. I'm always the underdog.
But we have got another question. It comes from Commentary Pro Wrestling, and it's for you all. Describe the following in one word. Lucy and Lee, so this is all 4 of us, I believe. 5 of us. I can count. Lucia Lee, Morris, Carrie, Jimmy Vice, and Jake Casanova. Describe that in one word. The following in one word. So, as you are our guest, we'll go with you, Oddball.
Should we do one at a time? So
yeah.
Lucia Lee and go round and then.
No, it just said just describe the following in one word. So it's like
All of
as
them.
a batch, all of them.
No, each person, I think.
As a team,
No,
It'll
it
only
says
be
here.
a team. It'll be describe each person in the. Aaron.
Right, CPW, please clarify for us because
Yeah.
we have got two dissenting opinions.
I don't need to be clarified. Why would it be all of them? It's obvious it's going to be each person individually. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to work that out. Jesus Christ.
CPW has come back and then they're on the side of the guy with the stupid moustache.
No, it's only because I've got a degree. I know what you.
Oh, you got a degree. That makes you the best, don't it? Shut up.
Man,
The only one here who doesn't.
he's got a degree in dance. Fuck off. You know what I mean?
You got a degree in arse licking, so shut up.
Anyway, let's carry on, boys. Let's carry on. So, first one, who we got?
Lucia Lee.
one word.
That's what comes to your head. I was crying.
Spirited.
Spirited. Okay.
Got a lot of spirit.
We'll go with Dale, and I'm going to give you Morris.
Awesome.
Awesome. Let's go Nathan, Jake Casanova.
Entertaining.
Lee, Jimmy Vice.
Funny. I love that dude. Yeah, funny.
And that just leaves Carrie for me, and I'm just going to say the future.
Yeah,
Two words.
That's what I was thinking, man.
That's
Two words, mate. Two
Oh,
words.
there.
shut up. Listen
Wait,
here, right?
What
Mate, you've got
word?
yourself a new hat.
You
You've got
can't-
yourself a new room. So just because you've
can't
got yourself
count.
a new room, right?
You can't count. He said 4 earlier, and now you don't even know what one word is.
Right, I'm just going to put this here. You got yourself a new house, you got yourself a new room, you got yourself a bit of pussy, and now you think you are the dog's bollocks. Yeah? So get back in your cage before I come and slap the taste out your mouth.
Wow. Right.
Wow.
That's so hard.
Aaron.
Topic. We've already Oddball, Oddball. So, mate, we've already touched on this, yeah. I'll be about you having like the coolest fucking job in the world. You're a knight. You are the only person I have ever known who is a knight. You wear a suit of armor and you fuck people up with sword and shield, mate. Tell me how cool that is.
It's pretty cool. The wrestling definitely comes in handy as well, because like sometimes you get a bit too close to someone to have a good swing, so you just chuck them on the ground. But it does have its drawbacks to when you come to wrestling as well, because after like the harder you hit someone in wrestling, the harder they hit you back.
Yeah.
So like,
True.
yeah, you've got to make those punches count, you know. So it helps you learn to sort of, if you're gonna deck someone, deck them right, and they'll stay down.
How did you get into this? How did you have to get down on a knee, and did somebody actually with a sword and shit?
So I used to work for Warwick Castle for my sins as a trebuchet operator. So
Cool.
That's cool as well.
yeah,
They're catapult things, isn't they?
yeah. Basically, it's a big siege engine, and then they got these massive hamster wheels in the side. So I used to walk in the hamster wheels to like get it going, and then shoot this big rock and that. Like,
That's sick.
I like doing stuff where you get to wear tights and where you get to like put your life in danger. Basically, if you've not got either of those involved, I'm not interested. So
Sweet. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Maybe
Good answer.
Maybe you could try, being a drag queen in Iraq or something like that.
I was going to say, I should start working down hill fields, man.
And you'll get shot at. you're winning. You know what I mean? But no. So can anybody get into? Can anybody be a knight? Can anybody because mate, as soon as you told me about this, I was like, I want to do this shit. I mean, not that I'll guarantee I won't find a suit of armor to fit me, but mate, how do you do it?
You'd be one of the dwarfs, like in The Hobbit.
Yes. You have my axe. You have my axe. That's it. Yeah.
Sort of.
Yes, I'm my Ganji.
It's just people, like.
Oh, it's who you know, is it?
Yeah. So like, they're the people that I know that do it. Sort of. They do it full time, like they're doing it every single day. Well, like when there's not lockdown happening. And like, there's people that I was friends with, and sort of knew that I was like capable.
And because you said you were cheap and you weren't, you didn't. You didn't want to buy a full suit. So do these guys have to buy their full suit of armor? How much is it?
Yeah. I think.
Thousands,
it's like they get a bit of a discount because luckily their boss is a blacksmith. So the guy who runs the company makes all the armor and all the swords and stuff. So the guys
average price of a suit then.
Full harness. So suits of armor don't exist. You have harnesses of armor. There you go, learning something new. Taking Aaron's job. I'd probably say like Jay's probably spent over $1,000 on a suit, and like the guy who he's got two or three harnesses like that.
Could I not just come in as somebody, from Game of Thrones, one of the little geezer out of the Night's Watch or something with a dagger and just stab somebody?
That's what I am, man. I'm a squire, man. I have a little skirt to protect my bits and a breastplate, and that's all I get.
Sounds perfect. I'm there.
Yeah, man. You and me.
Yes.
We'll be house scum.
I never understood. Can I just say, like, I've watched a bit of Game of Thrones, and I've never seen Hornswoggle in Game of Thrones.
Tyrion Lannister.
Tyrion Lannister, mate. Yeah. Tyrion Lannister.
He's not a Hornswoggle, is he?
He's no Hornswoggle.
We've got so. Go on. Sorry, I was about to say. Sam says it's not cheap. You're looking about between 1,500 to 5,000.
Fucking hell.
We've also had Martin Owl saying Lee can be a jester.
Yeah.
There you go.
And apparently, Sam has also said his blacksmith harness is easily worth 5K.
Yeah, that's I'll send you. I'll find a picture of that and send it you separately. But it is,
pretty epic.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool though. I'm just imagining like, I don't know, like later on in your life you go to get a new job and like it just says, what was your previous career? I'm a professional knight.
Do you know what?
Professional knight.
As someone who's as sort of what's the right way? Periodically employed as me. Like you have like having those interesting things and having like I'm never afraid to go into an interview and say I do wrestling, because like having a personality is to me is more important than having a big paycheck. So like
fair play.
Yeah.
So Coventry Pro Wrestling has just sent a message in, and I think this is awesome. Oddball, this is not just to you, but this is also to Mrs. Oddball. And it says, can Mrs. Oddballs please become a wrestler so we can see Team Odd versus Natural Born Killers, a.k.a. Morris and Emma Cross?
Yeah.
There you go.
I tell you what, if Lula got her hands on Emma Cross's hair, she'd have more left than... She'd end up looking like Nathan, I think, at the end of it. She taught me what was the technique? It's a grab and twist. And...
Can she show us now live?
That's what happened to me.
No. What are we doing?
Yeah, go on. It's not.
Pull my hair and spit in my face.
Yes, Oddball, brother.
That's coming.
Wait, oh, there's one more question. There was one more night-related question I wanted to ask.
Yeah, bro.
Do they do jousting?
How am I gonna jousters?
Where are you struggling here, mate?
I know, what's-
people with a stick in the horse.
Oh, yes, got no
It's
answer.
It's like two very different sides of a similar coin. Like, if you fall off a horse, yeah, you might hurt yourself, but like half the jousters just wear like tin. They wear booby armor and stuff like that. Like, jousting's more for the spectacle and to look at some horses. Like, fighting on foot's what, like, a real, like, without sounding too 1920s, what a real man does, you know?
Hey.
Don't prance around on a horse, mate. Fucking, I'll have you hand to hand. Come on.
So if you're a knight and you ride a horse, does that make you a knight rider?
I suppose it does. Nice bit of kit.
So, actually, we've got some more questions. We've got some more questions coming through.
Emma Cross would slap you up.
Yeah, so what we've got Ricky Hewitt's asked a question. Who is the CPW's best fan and why is it him?
It's not him.
Because when James or Emma are out there, someone has to be making noise. So
What a comeback. So,
love to the Cross family, really. I'm only playing.
we've had no questions. Sorry, Nathan. Sorry, it's literally gone crazy on the YouTube page. It's gone mental.
That's fine. You
We've
carry
got-
on.
Harry Coulson just said, just imagine an oddball power driving someone in a full suit of armour, followed by Lee's oddball's noble steed. Then Commentary Pro Wrestling wants Oddball and Mrs. Oddball to cut us a mixed tag promo. Yep. We've got Harry Coulson saying, obviously with the match, Oddball would be folded in half. Fighting talk. We've got Ricky Hewitt saying Emma Cross would slap her up big time.
Oh!
You don't mess with the Cross family, he says.
Oh.
They always get injured.
You know what? I think if they met Lula, they'd probably welcome her into the Cross family because she's on the slight side.
No, mate, I don't say that. I want to see Lula get in that ring now and just tear the house down.
I have spent the last 3 years trying to convince her to get involved.
Closer to that goal.
No,
It's
I love-
always met.
we want to be
always
macho
met-
man, and
Sign her up for
always-
superstars.
yeah. Do you know what though? I think she'd be too vicious. She'd get a ban. Like she'd be getting fined left, right, and centre. Like I think I don't know. I think the CPW women's division would get wrecked if if she joined in, and that's speaking from personal experience, man. I've seen a lot of the girls fight, and I'm definitely more scared of this one than any of the others. So.
I want to take it back to when we were talking about the jousting, and you were trying to talk about the jousting nowadays, and obviously you were talking about it's a bit different stuff. I thought you were about to say when you said it's dangerous, obviously you fall off a horse or something, and I thought your next thing you were going to say that's why I use bicycle nowadays. You've got these bikes for the bike, just heading along, just trying to joust the bike. I was like, that'd be quite funny to watch.
Jousting on a penny farthing.
Yeah.
Did Jackass do that?
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Did that, didn't they? And it was hilariously dangerous.
They do it on BMXs in a shop as well.
Yeah. Before
Yes.
we, Lee, you got any more questions before we move on, or?
No, you've answered all of my. Wait, no, sorry, 1 second. Because you're a knight, have you ever saved a damsel in distress?
Oh, daily, mate.
That's
Oh, oh,
good man. All right.
Yeah.
Right,
Charming
now-
and alarming. Most disarming.
all right, one last one. Last one. You're a Game of Thrones fan, yeah?
Yeah, it's all right.
Right, so what house
Possible.
would you pledge your fealty to? Tell me now.
I'll tell you what, it'd be, Bron,
Yeah.
me and him setting up our own house.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, with all the, with all the sort of accoutrements that you think he might like, little red light district place, we'd have no gods, no masters, man. I ain't bending my knee for no one, man. Sodom.
Okay.
Yeah, be your own master.
All right, that's me done on the night questions.
Awesome. So obviously, we're going to move on to some fun stuff in the evening. But obviously, do get your questions in. 'Cause we haven't got long left of the show, guys. It's not going to be much long left. So do get all your questions in for us, for Oddball. Anything you want to ask us, feel free. It's anything goes here. But let's go to a regular category of the week. Let's turn ourselves to our man Aaron with fact of the week, or interesting information, or whatever he wants to call it these days. What is your random fact of the week this week, Aaron?
my useless information is that every panda in the world that's at a zoo is actually, in fact, on loan from China.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
Wait, so
Right.
they owe that panda to China. They've got a panda on tick from China. That's what
They've
it's
got it on tick. That's basically, yes.
pandas.
You're getting
Yes, mate.
messages from Beijing like, man, when can you sort that money, man?
Well, where are
That's
we on
it.
that panda farm? What are you saying?
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
had that
The
panda
normal
2 weeks, man.
Like the normal person gets a car on finance, they get a panda.
That's really cool, Aaron. I like that.
Yeah. There's another one that in North Korea and Cuba is the only countries that will not sell Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it's
Mm,
American.
yeah.
They ain't
Oh, yeah.
selling American, mate.
I've got an interesting fact as well.
Oh,
A
You've
guest
got
has got
oddballs.
a WWE superstar is celebrating their 30th anniversary today. Who is it?
What 30th anniversary of what?
Of being in the WWE today, their 30th anniversary.
Is it Coco Beware?
No.
Saying his name.
no.
aren't you?
There's actually two, and you mentioned one earlier, and you were talking about him quite a lot before I came on.
Really?
Undertaker
Undertaker.
made his
Okay.
debut at Survivor Series 30 years
Nice.
ago.
Well,
But the
that's
one
what
you-
Yeah.
The one you're missing is the gobbledygooker.
Oh, right. What?
So tonight, I believe that we're going to get set up for Gooker Taker one-on-one at Mania. That's what we're getting.
Rematch.
Oh my days.
Gobbledygooker.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
And also, 30 years ago today, Margaret Thatcher resigned as leader of the Conservative Party. So
You're after my
come
job.
on. Hey, don't start getting into politics.
no,
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's just the
next
fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week we'll have a new host joining us in the name of Oddball, and we'll be getting rid of our man Aaron.
Go in. Just go, shall I?
No.
He's got better facts.
He has, hasn't he?
I can
Can't keep up with that.
I've not been able to sit on the toilet for this whole hour, man. Like usually I watch this while I'm sitting on the carzy, so Aaron can run it.
Where do you think I am?
The walls are too white, Aaron. It can't be.
So, Oddball,
Sorry.
it is time for our new game, You Suck. However,
Oh, can I have a wee before we start?
Well, I'm gonna. You can, but however, because you've already brought her into the show, we're gonna ask you if you can get Mrs. Oddball to join you for the game of You Suck, and it will be you two playing tonight.
Me versus Lula.
And
Yes.
then whoever wins will face Team Madness.
Easy. All right, I'll be back in 2 secs.
He's actually going for a wee.
Wait, I'm going too. I've had
Oh
too
my
many
God.
Clash.
You're going to the same toilet? Same toilet.
So, do you know what? Why we've gone for a wee? Let's go back to the YouTube. Let's get a few more people on there. So,
Any more
Harry
questions?
Coulson. Harry Coulson has said Mrs. Oddball versus Chantal Jordan, fair matchup, I reckon. Then we've got Ricky Hewitt backtracking now. He's giving all the big in a minute ago. Now it's much love to the Odd family. So Naomi has joined us. Hello, Naomi. It's good to hear from
Naomi.
you. We love Naomi. Now she's got On Demand. Everyone loves Naomi.
CPW on demand.
And she reckons Undertaker versus Jericho.
Ooh.
Well, this is interesting because Kenny Omega recently came out on a podcast talking about how could be possibilities of AEW and WWE transfer switches and stuff. So like people going between companies and like interlining. Now that's interesting that Jericho's been mentioned because he's someone that would get away with going between the companies based on his structure and legacy and history. But I don't see it happening.
I don't think it'll be a great match, to be perfectly honest, but
And
There you go.
also,
Jericho nowadays, the way he wrestles nowadays is quite it's interesting because he's obviously got on a bit and he wrestles in a really clever way these days, not like the old Jericho of old. But again, it's not one of those matches that gives me the tingles.
no, it might have done 10 years ago, but not today.
Any more, Aaron?
yeah, we've also got Harry Coulson wants to know, can we get Oddball to get a mullet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam.
There you go.
So, right, we're moving on to our game, yeah? Now, Oddball is Mrs. Oddball. I can see her arm there. So I see that
Hey.
she's joining us. Love it. Now, if you watched last week, yeah, you know we played for a prize. Yeah, last week's prize was a picture of Nathan. How old was you there, Nathan?
18.
18, yeah? And Pat Von Cage, that's on the way to you, signed by himself, Nathan. So this week we've got another prize. Now, are you ready? This is the best prize ever. Are you ready for this prize? Bear with me. So we're going to get the prize up.
This is
right
a professional photo.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Your prize tonight is this one. Oh, my days.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. That's what you get tonight.
What movie was that for?
That's like a Calvin Klein sort of, yeah, you're like looking into the distance like
That was
Like-
a promotional shot for a play I did at the Edinburgh Festival.
yeah. It's like, I know you're there, but I'm not going to look at you because I'm super cool.
I didn't realise your eyes were so blue.
Me, does he look a little bit like Jason Statham?
You grew your hair then, Lee. There you go.
He looks like Jason Statham.
That's actually my wallpaper in my bedroom. Just don't, you know what I mean? So that's what you're playing for today. Right. Let's just get that off because
Side of my box of Kleenex.
so, right, let's get this down, yeah? So the ref is none other than the head ref of CPW, Mr. Dale Richards, because I'm really bad at this game and I even get stuff like the name wrong. So the name of the game is You Suck, right?
You suck.
Now, you suck. So it's the best of 3 legs, guys. A point for each game.
with an extra 2 points for each round you win. Okay? You got that one, Mr. Oddball and Mrs. Oddball?
Lovely Lula is a gimmick name.
Okay. So it is it's a word association game. I don't know if you remember it from the 80s of Mallet's Mallet. There is other games that you can watch, but Mallet's Mallet was the one when I was growing up. So we will give you a word and you have to carry on the conversation with association of that word. Are we cool?
Yeah.
Yep. Dale, are you there, my referee?
I'm going to do my best, but I'll be on here.
So then, we're going with Oddball versus Mrs. Oddball, and I will hand over to Dale.
Right then, guys. So, like you say, it's word association. So, any hesitation, you haven't got more than 3 seconds to give us an answer. Any hesitation, you lose the round. Okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right then. So, can we have our first word, please, Nathan?
My first word, and we're going to have Oddball start. The word is night.
Day.
Do I have to say something? Oh, sleeping.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hang on. I think that was a trial round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have to say something?
It's a bit
No.
stuttery.
Sorry, I wasn't sure
I
it was
was,
going
I was about,
I'm with it now.
I was a bit caught. Right, so we go it again, are we?
We're going to start again now. We'll give that one a trial round.
Thanks.
Right. So no
Quite
hesitation.
funny. I said night, but I meant night as in
Yeah.
night.
Knight in armour.
And he went day, and I wanted to go, that's wrong. But technically it wasn't. It's a horrible word to use. Okay, we'll start again
Right.
with Oddball.
So-
My word
So,
is
so are you ready then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Viking.
Longboat.
Rowing.
River.
Swimming.
Trunks.
Speedos.
Willstar.
Undertaker.
Coffin.
I think there's hesitation there. I think
I
Oddball
think-
wins that one.
Yeah, I'll pull for that one.
1-0 to Oddball.
And Phil Starr, that was
Go to the
brilliant.
dark place. Go to the dark place. Dark place means points.
That's true, yeah. Okay.
Come on, I married you to be a winner.
Right, so come on, 1-0 Oddball.
Stop embarrassing.
So let's Mrs. Oddball try and get this one back.
Yeah.
Right. So Lee, can you give us our next word, please?
Am I starting?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mrs.
Bottle.
Oddball starts first.
Bottle.
Oh, drinking.
Water.
Spirits.
Ghosts.
Ooh, Halloween.
Samhain.
What?
What?
Irish for Halloween.
Say champagne?
I
Hey,
feel like,
What's
I
that
feel like
got to do
Oddball
with it?
loses that because no one
I
knew
think
the
Oddball losing that. What?
We all went,
Get out of here.
what?
Kind
Oddball.
of oddball. I'm
King,
just...
King culture right here.
Right.
We're gonna-
Lost
Okay,
that
then.
one.
We're
So
gonna
that's
go-
1-1.
None of us knew
It's
the answer.
1-1. So this is
I'll give up the
1-1.
point.
So this is to the side now.
Because you all can't speak any other languages
No,
in
I-
Coventry.
I just was not expecting
Oh.
that.
domestic.
Right. You can have your row afterwards, guys. Let's let's the decider.
Right.
Alan, can you give us our last word, please, in this round? Go.
The Simpsons.
Homer.
Family Guy.
Shit.
Better Days.
Present days.
Christmas.
Jesus Christ our Saviour.
The Nativity.
3 guys, 1 girl.
Oh, that's it! Oh, that's it!
No.
Wait, what were you
I think that's
saying
you,
there
Dale.
before me answer?
I didn't.
3 guys, 1 girl.
Yeah. How often?
Pardon?
How often? Yeah. Does someone give birth to a baby and then 3 random blokes show up with gifts?
Well, yeah, no, fair dues, yeah.
Hey.
But in Coventry,
Right.
they're not shopping for dad, so.
It's
Right, I think
the numbers are the other way around.
unfortunately,
Hey.
Oddball takes that one.
Oddballs though.
Lula won that, didn't she? With 2 girls, 1 cup.
What the-
Chocolate pudding. Cane
Oh,
Olympics.
dear. Right.
Stop.
When everyone's finished,
Bumfights.com.
I'm going home.
Tonight,
So sorry.
tonight's edition
Already
of
out.
brought to you by Meat.
oh my goodness.
Who's he playing, you bastard?
Right, come on.
Oh God.
Come on, guys.
Oh,
Sam Wall has just asked what has happened. We don't know.
oh,
Right, come on now, guys.
Martin Howes just
Oh no, I'm.
Martin Howes just said old balls broke them all. Oh my days. Oh God.
Right.
I've got a stitch.
Oh my days. I don't think I can carry on.
Look, we've got a game to play. Come on.
Right, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, professional guys.
We're professional.
Oh,
Oh
man.
God.
Oh dear.
Oh my days.
Right,
Right,
I'm
ready
ready
to go.
to
Let's
play.
go. Right, let's go. Just
Right,
go
come
with
on,
us first, not me.
Are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back. Let's get him off the screen, somebody.
Oh
I can't
dear
play
me.
against that. Oh my days. Right.
Right,
Let's
come
go.
on.
Right.
Right. So
Who won the
Oddball
game
wins
then?
that. Win that one. Wins that one then.
So, Oddball, you won, what was that, 4-1 altogether? Is that right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
9's to beat. 9's the top score, which Cat Von Cage holds at the moment.
Now he's got to
Easy.
play all us 3.
Yes.
I'll Grand Slam it. Something Wales can't do.
Stop it. Behave.
Oh,
Classic
God.
banter.
Right, let's go. Right, let's go. Right.
Right,
Who's
come on
going
then.
first?
Right. So now you've got to play the Team Madness team in Nathan, Lee, and Aaron. 2 out of 3. Best of 3. Yeah.
Both
Okay.
of us.
No,
No,
Just
the
just
Oddball. Just
you,
the Oddball.
Oddball.
Sorry. You went.
But Mrs.
Yeah.
Mrs.
You
Oddball can
You won
Mrs.
that.
Oddball can give us the starts though.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell it to piss off.
No, I've done that.
Yeah, you have to
No.
start.
Right. Are we ready, guys?
Yes.
no. Yeah. Who's going first, Aaron?
Who's going first?
Right.
Give
So,
me-
Lee, do you want to go first?
Why not?
Right. Oddball,
Yeah.
Lee.
Who's first?
You can go first, Lee. We'll give you a chance.
Cheers, mate.
As Oddball won that one, I think Oddball go first. Oh, yeah, I'll give it to Lee. All right, then, Lee, you go first then.
Age before beauty. Right.
Okay. So, Mrs. Oddball. Oh, goodness sake. Okay, then give us the first word then.
Crisps.
Potato.
Home.
Bed.
Dirty.
Sheets.
Cheese.
Stilton.
Blue.
Hello.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, Lee.
Oddball win.
Come
Oddball
on.
win. Yeah, I agree.
Oddball.
He made me laugh. What can I-
It's a valid tactic.
all right. One else for our ball. Come on then. Let's go.
Right then. Okay then. So,
Who goes for- is
Oddball to answer
Oddball
first.
goes this one.
Nathan, give us the word. Huh?
Oddball
Oddball
goes
to answer
first.
first, Nathan. Oddball goes first, yeah. Nathan, give us the word.
Goat.
Herder.
Shepherd.
Flock.
I fucked up.
I mean, that's you, Dudley.
Up here for thinking, down there for dancing. Come on.
God,
Well, that's 2-0. So that's you gone, Lee. You're out. Right
I'm
then.
done.
So,
Done.
right. So next one. Aaron,
What?
are you ready?
No.
Aaron, are you ready?
Yeah.
Brian,
Right, let's go.
hang on.
Are you
Doesn't
ready,
he have
Aaron?
to, I don't have to pay. Hang on. Doesn't Oddball have to pay the third game so you can get a whitewash?
Yes.
So,
Yes,
so
it
Aaron, are
does.
you ready?
No, no, no. He's got to play. He's
Yeah.
got to play. He's got to play a third game against Lee.
Time, get a whitewash, then he wins 6-0.
What? It's
fuck's
2-0. He won
sake.
2-0. It was 3 games. Just won 2-0.
It doesn't matter. You play all 3, I think.
Yeah, give me a third one. I don't mind. I'll take them.
Okay, well,
Okay.
we'll do a third one with Lee then, shall we? Okay.
Here we
Who's
go
got-
A
then.
third one with Lee then.
I'll start it off. And
Right.
Lee, you can go
Okay,
first.
so Aaron, give us the word then.
Ready, Lee?
Yeah.
Lee goes
Lubrication.
first.
Oh, hang on. No, we were wrong. It
You
is
said
first to
I
2,
told
best
ya.
of 3.
How is that not? You see,
That's right. That's all right.
Stop, Lee.
I'll stop, Blake.
I've still got a chance to get 10 points, which is one more than Cat. So I'm happy with
See,
that.
I already said that. See, I know the rules. You guys shush.
Listen to the elf.
Right, so 2-0. It was to Oddball. So on to the next one, which is Aaron.
Yes.
So you ready, Aaron?
I'm born ready. I'm born ready.
Right,
Look
so
at his face.
Oddball-
Sit back, man.
I'm gonna, Aaron, I tell you what, we'll let Aaron go first. And Nathan, give us your word.
Marmite.
Disgusting.
Dingo.
James Cross.
Come on.
Crossface.
Crippler.
Canada.
Australia.
Koala.
Bear.
Winnie the Pooh.
Piglet.
Eeyore.
Donkey.
Tail.
Heads.
Coin.
Toss.
What the hell?
You won with a toss. Yeah.
I win with a toss.
Right.
Nobody
I
tosses
don't-
a dwarf.
No one tosses a coin like I toss the coin.
What was it? You win that one then, Aaron, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a point to Aaron.
No,
We need
Right,
to
yeah.
remember our scores. Remember
So
our
1-0.
scores. Lee got 0.
Right, 1-0.
No, no,
1-0 to Aaron. So, Oddball to answer first. Lee, give us your word.
Santa.
Lies.
Lies, did you say?
Lies.
Come on.
You say lies? Yeah, okay. Conspiracy.
Tinfoil.
Hat.
Stetson.
Shoes.
Crocodile.
Tears.
Jimmy Nail.
Jimmy Savile.
BBC.
ITV.
Emmerdale.
Farm.
Grundy.
No, no. Hesitation. Hesitation, my friend.
That's 2-0 to Aaron.
And that is 2-0 to Aaron. So
Aaron's got 4 points.
Boom.
that's Oddball's lost then. That's Oddball's lost.
No, he's
He's
still
still-
got to play Nave.
Still got Gabe Nave.
He's still got to play Nave.
So I'll game with Nathan.
Picture of Lee or what?
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
oh, you've won that, then.
Do the game with Nathan then.
He's more worried about that picture of Lee. That
Right, so
picture's coming to you, Oddball.
Right, so
This
that
man will be
was
massive
2-0 to Aaron. And now it's Nathan versus Oddball.
Yes.
So now it's Nathan versus Oddball, yeah?
Yes.
Come on,
You ready,
pull it
Nathan?
back, pull it back for the fam.
Yes.
You ready, Oddball?
What the fuck was that?
Okay, Aaron, give us your word.
Lubrication.
Who's going first?
Yeah,
You,
come on,
Nathan.
Oh, I was just sat here
Nathan.
like, who's going first? Right, start again.
Lubrication.
Nathan.
Shit.
I'd just like to say shit is a terrible lubricant.
What are you doing, man?
If
Well,
anything,
let me
hesitate,
it
man.
creates more friction depending on what.
You just give it up already.
You're likely to get infection. You're likely to.
Okay,
It's a really bad idea, Nathan.
right. So I think Oddball gets that one.
Do you not have PHSE at your school, mate?
That's the one that I always wait. We were in the toilet smoking.
Right.
Oh my days.
Nathan, are you ready now?
I think he's broke me. My mind. I think he broke me because my mind was just not working there.
Right.
Give him
1-0
another go.
Oddball. 1-0 Oddball. 1-0 Oddball.
Okay,
Oddball
Right.
first.
I'm not ready.
Right. So, right. Our next word, please, Lee.
Right, so Oddball going first, and
Oddball going first.
my word is control.
Manned.
Instructions.
Manual.
Guide.
Book.
Bible.
Basher.
Priest.
Smash.
Oh, I don't think so. What was that?
No!
What was that? What was
I felt
that?
really bad saying that. Oops.
Sorry, I had to stop.
Right.
My nan might be watching, so.
1-0.
Right, so this is the decider. This is the decider.
Cider.
And can we have Mrs. Oddball to give us the word, please? Nathan to go first. Right. You guys ready?
Nathan.
You guys ready?
Nathan's going first.
Right, give us a second. Nathan to go first. Can you please give us the word?
Nail.
Screw.
Driver.
Car.
Oh, come on.
Wheels.
Round.
Nathan.
Stupid.
Oh, what are you doing, Nathan? How do you want?
Mate, on the second one, he took ages. Come on. he should be
Hesitation,
out of there
man.
ages ago.
Hesitation. What are you doing?
Now we're there,
Hey,
ages.
There's no hesitation,
Oh,
darling.
you're for the first one, man, but come on.
Who
Dale.
wants a ball?
Dale, there's no hesitation. It's a Wi-Fi delay. What are you on about? Wi-Fi delay.
All right.
Oh, you
Oh,
bastard.
yeah, right. I'll give that the one ball, thank you. I'm the referee, not you.
Yes.
So let's just tally up Oddball's
Yeah, 2-1 it was to Oddball.
8. So Oddball, you're second in the leaderboard now behind Cat Von Cage, but you do get to take home your Lee Simmonds photo.
Yay.
Look at that.
Enjoy
Yeah,
that.
you will.
Enjoy
which way?
that.
I'll go this way. Look at that. Look at him looking into this distance. He's thinking,
What's that on his t-shirt? I'd say.
It's
Um,
great.
Thunder.
I got 1 point.
Thunder. He's got a look of going, do I have cognac tonight or do I stick to the Budweiser?
Budweiser
Daniel
all.
Craig's got to watch out, man.
So, Oddball, congratulations. Well done tonight. Thank you for playing. We appreciate it. And Mrs. Oddball, thank you for playing with us
Definitely.
as well.
Well done, Miss Oddball.
Stop hugging it.
Wishes, that's worded weirdly there. But oh well.
That was brilliant.
There's not. I mean, we've had it in stitches tonight. There's not much long
Oh.
left of the podcast. So get your last lot of questions in, guys. We will be finishing quite soon. Before we do finish, it is Survivor Series tonight. So, as we stated earlier, we are going to be doing our predictions. Obviously, get your predictions in on the chat as well. So let's start with I'm not going to start off with the pre-show match because I actually don't know who's in it. It just says a dual brand battle royale, so that could be anyone. So we're going to ignore that.
Coco beware.
We're going to move on, first of all, to the United States champion Bobby Lashley versus the Intercontinental champion Sami Zayn. Who do we think is going to win, guys? So let's go around the table. Start with our guest, Oddball.
Where's the thing? I love the Hurt Business, and all of the guys in there have been people I've been invested in. So I want Lashley to win, but I can see Sami Zayn doing some of his business and pulling it out.
That's not how prediction works. Pick one or the other.
Sami Zayn.
Okay.
All right, Sami Zayn.
Dale,
I think Bobby Lashley.
Lee,
I'd say Lashley.
Aaron.
Bobby Lashley.
I'm going with Sami Zayn.
Oh, really?
Okay. Well,
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's three. That's three for Bobby Lashley, 2 for Sami Zayn.
Yep.
Okay, next we're going to go the Raw Tag Champions, the New Day versus SmackDown Tag Champions, the Street Profits. Oddball.
Oh, we want the smoke. Street Profits.
Okay, Dale.
I don't want the smoke. Always the New Day.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Lee.
Street Profits.
You can tell he's already in a smoky room.
Yeah.
Aaron.
It's
Street
smoky.
Profits. I'm going
Okay,
Street
I'm
Profits.
also going to go with your boys, New Day.
New Day.
You're just going everything I say differently, aren't you? You've got a problem.
No, I don't like Street Profits. I don't rate them. Okay, so we're going to go on to the Raw Women's Champion, Asuka versus Sasha Banks, SmackDown Champion.
Ascot, isn't that a racecourse?
Oscar.
Asuka.
Sasha Banks.
Dale.
Nah, Oscar all day long for me.
Lee.
It's the hardest one out of the lot for me, but I want to go for
It is.
Sasha.
Aaron.
Gonna have to go for my girl Sasha Banks.
I'm Sasha Banks as well.
Me on my own then.
Yeah.
For that one.
Like, Asuka's the best thing in WWE, hands down, but I reckon Banks is going to win.
Yeah. I mean, I know she's amazing.
I just
So
think.
we're going to move on to the women's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. So you've got the Raw team, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Lacey Evans, Peyton Royce, and Lana versus SmackDown's Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Natalia, and Bayley. What I want to know is which team do you think is going to win, and who do you reckon might be the sole survivor, or if there's more than one?
SmackDown win with Bianca Belair being a lone survivor.
Okay, Dale.
I think SmackDown might win, and I think it will be Bayley and Natalia sole survivors.
Ooh,
Nice.
shout.
Lee.
I reckon Raw and Shayna Baszler.
Okay, Aaron.
I'm gonna go Raw, and I'm gonna go with. She's just gone out of my head now. Can't think of her name.
Peyton Royce.
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax.
Okay. So I'm going to go with Team Raw, but I'm going to go with the person who's had it the worst over the last 8 weeks. And I think the sole survivor is going to be Lana because she keeps getting put through the table and no one expects her to win.
That'd be good. Yeah, that's a good thing, mate.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's a good call.
Wins
Hey.
the respect of the rest of them.
I think it'll just be fluke.
Yeah,
She gets it by fluke or so.
yeah. Can see that.
Cool.
Right. 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series elimination match. Raw, Keith Lee, AJ Styles, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Matt Riddle versus SmackDown's Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins, and Otis.
I've got team. I've got Team Raw winning. With Keith Lee and Matt Riddle as surviving members.
The Evolve Boys.
Yeah, I can see them getting a good opportunity for them.
Yeah, Dal?
I think it'll be Team Raw as well. I think they'll win, and I think the sole survivor will be the captain, AJ Styles.
Nice. Lee?
We think SmackDown, but it'll go down to AJ and Seth wins.
Okay. Aaron?
I'm going Team SmackDown, and I'm going down to Keith Lee and Otis. Otis wins after giving him the worm.
I'd love that.
Nice.
I love Otis. I do love Otis.
Put £10 on that bad boy.
Hey, what? Jey
I'm
Uso's
going-
not a bad shout either.
I'm going Team SmackDown, and I think there's going to be 2 sole survivors, and it's going to be Jey Uso and Seth Rollins.
So that's not sole survivors then. That's just 2 survivors, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they eliminate them all. Okay. I don't know if it is the main event. I'm guessing it's the main event. I don't actually know what is the main event tonight. It doesn't tell me. But the one that most people are excited for, Drew McIntyre, the WWE Champion versus Universal Champion Roman Reigns. A vote.
I think McIntyre will win, but I don't think it's going to be clean. Something's going to go on, and it will lead to a rematch. I reckon there's going to be shenanigans.
Right.
Dale?
Yeah. One, I'm annoyed that Drew's even in the match. So I'm going to go Roman Reigns and a clean victory.
I mean, I've loved Roman Reigns lately. I've just loved how he's been, his whole character change, everything. But I do think Drew's going to win tonight.
Okay. Aaron?
Yeah, I'm going to go Roman Reigns. I believe, I don't know, outside interference, like Oddball said, one of the Usos is going to make an appearance, and yeah.
See, I'm going different. Claudia?
Well, you're going The Rock.
I'm going Roman Reigns, but I think Randy Orton's going to interfere
That's what I think. Orton's getting
and
involved.
cost Drew the match.
Fair.
Yeah, because I think he should be in the match anyway. So I agree. Could happen.
Triple threat with those 3.
Or
Big, yeah.
no. Or
No.
what I'm thinking could happen is Roman Reigns comes out. No, Randy comes out, but is stopped by Edge again because Edge is meant to be coming back again soon.
Is he fit? And
Oh,
Well,
sexy
there
as
you go.
hell, mate.
He put pictures up of himself again. So I'm guessing he's trying to advertise himself as being healthy again.
nice.
Again, I don't think it'll be a clean finish, whatever way it goes. There's no way. That's our predictions. Thank you, everyone, for your predictions. Aaron, let's quickly throw it over to you to YouTube.
man.
We've
Let's
got
go
about 10
back.
minutes left, guys, before we close up for the night.
So we have got one question for Oddball, and it comes from Martin now. So as quick as you can, Oddball, because I've got a few things I want to get through. But Martin wants to know, how did you come up with the name Oddball?
I was talking to Dominic de Winter, and I was trying to think of like a way to describe being like an outsider, but not like an edgy sort of thing. And like an oddball is someone who's the odd one out.
Yeah.
And also like I kind of what's the word I think of? I relate to that sort of thing quite a lot.
You're on the outside of it all, sort of like looking in.
Yeah, I like that, being on the fringe
Yeah.
bit. So like it was just to try, and it just came up when we were talking, and decided to stick 8 ball on the end of it for a bit of alliteration.
Brilliant.
Well, rhyming.
So, I like it. Lee, I've got a question for you, actually. Ride Dog's watching. Ride Dog.
Hey, Ride Dog, man.
He's been
Ride
watching
Dog.
for ages. He's just changed his name because he was that DM one earlier.
Oh, was he? You sneak thief. bigging it
That's why
up.
we're getting all those Ride Dog questions from him, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
how good is Ride Dog from DM?
So, Ride Dog wants to know, Lee, why is half your head missing? Ride Dog wants to know why is half of your head missing?
Because my dog sat behind me, so I'm sitting a lot further forward at the minute. So my camera's cutting out half of it. Look,
Okay.
look, the little turd sat there. So he's just pushing me out the way.
More dog,
Somebody's
less
just-
Lee.
That's what somebody just said. Actually, can we have more dog, less Lee? So, Lee, if you want to go. No, I'm joking, mate. I'm joking. So, let's see what the fans are saying. We've got Stuart Holden. Big shout out
Hey,
to Stuart
Stu.
Holden.
Hot shot.
So, he's gone with Bobby Lashley easily. It will be a squash match. We've got Naomi saying Street Profits feel like they need a big man ting win. I hope I said that right.
Confirm that is correct.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Oddball. Martin now says, it's gone with you actually a little bit here, Nathan. Lana will win, but still gets put through a table by Nia Jax.
Yeah, of course.
We've got Stuart again with Randy could interfere at the end and lay Drew out, and the Miz cashes in.
Oh,
Oh, that's interesting.
We've got Ride Dog says going to stay up late tonight to watch. Are you old enough to stay up late, Ride Dog?
hey, dog, it's past your bedtime already, son. Get to
Tell
bed.
Thomas is finished. So he's staying up late to watch wrestling, Raw Survivor Series. He hasn't watched WWE in a while. And what's been happening recently. What else we've got? So everyone's loving the picture of Lee. Yeah, they want to see a picture of Lee with hair, which I don't. That's like unicorn dust.
That's
Go on his, no, go on his, actually,
The
go on his
Mohawk one,
Facebook.
man.
Go on his Facebook. He put a picture up today, which he actually had hair.
Yeah.
So, and Commentary Pro Wrestling has come now, and they want to know: do we get to hear the mixed match promo of Team Odd
What now?
now?
Yeah.
By the sounds of it,
wow.
Off the contract.
Oddball. Mixed match promo.
Who are we cutting it on?
it sounds
Oh,
like
Morris
you're
and
going
Emma.
against Morris and Emma Cross.
she's-
That are
Yeah.
She's gone to bed.
she's gone to bed.
Oh no.
She's had enough of your shit, Oddball. She's gone to bed and you're in trouble.
I'm just waiting
No.
for him.
I have whilst old Ride Dog is watching, I actually have a confession to make. Is I played Ride Dog recently on FIFA because he's got FIFA and he's good at FIFA.
And you
And
love
Jabs.
Ride Dog beat me twice.
What was you in goals?
Right.
No, he just beat
Must
me
have been.
twice on FIFA. Best of 3, beat me 2-1. So just so everyone knows,
Yes, right, dog.
Ride Dog's
basically-
better than me at
basically-
FIFA.
Well, that's right leg's better.
No.
You at FIFA, all right.
We're
Breaking
saying then,
news.
Oddball, we want to see a promo of Team Odd against obviously Morris and Emma Cross, team I believe it's the Natural Born Killers. So can you get that on?
I will endeavour to.
Legend.
I will just say one thing though. Morris probably don't want to be tangling with me when his missus is involved though, because Alex Connors had the same issue. I had that Daisy ringing me all the while. I don't want none of Emma Cross. Like nothing. Like I'm way too old for her. Like don't like her attitude. And I'm just worried for Morris's sanity that if I'm within 10 feet of him and his missus, that she ain't going to be his missus much longer. So that's just the effect. That's just the effect I have.
Oh my days.
Goodness.
I can't take much more of this.
What the
I
hell are
really
you saying,
can't.
man?
I'll tell you what.
No.
When Morris is in the ring with me and Emma's on the outside, he's going to need to bring his water rings. All right.
No.
They're both 16, right? I can say that.
Yes, but I'm not. Oh, fuck it, man.
Oh, dear me.
I'm broken.
I'll give Perry Saturn a ring and he'll come out with mop.
You know what, Paul, I'm gonna get some shit for this now. You know that, don't you?
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh, that don't, bro. Cheers, man.
Well, Comedy Pro Wrestling likes the Daisy. Laugh out loud, Daisy. So.
Right, she's got odder balls than I do, man. Right,
What the?
Oh my days! Right, we only have a couple of minutes left, so just want to go back to everyone who's been joining us live tonight on YouTube. We thank you for joining. We thank everyone for their questions. I'd also like to say a big thank you to our guest at the moment for joining us tonight, Oddball. Before we do go, remember though, December is just around the corner, and we have 3 shows in December. We have December the 5th, Xmas Tidings. We have the CPW Awards Night on the 12th of December. And then the Midway main pay-per-view, we have Primetime Xmas Bash 2020 on December the 19th. So get online, get your tickets before they all sell out. Because you don't want to miss these shows. So once again, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, like the video, share the video, let everyone know what happens on Sunday night. These guys get together, talk a load of nonsense, interview some guests, and have a laugh whilst doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Talking Madness, episode 2 of Lockdown 2.0. Your hosts, Nathan Lewis, Lee and Aaron and Dale. We thank you all.
We love you
tonight.
Thank you.
We thank Oddball and his amazing comedy prowess. Thank you and good night.
We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.